What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going for Gameweek 24 in the Premier League. Starting off Nottingham Forest against Brighton. Nottingham Forest had just lost 5-0. There could have been a bit of doubt in the air. They might have been feeling a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. Nuno Espirito Santo, genius. He's a genius. He changed the system to back five and it worked a treat. Lewis Dunk scored no goal, had a generally horrific game, once again proving that he is an absolute liability and he should not be starting games in the Premier League for a team that are aspiring to be European challengers. But Morgan Gibbs-White was fantastic. He scored a header, he set up the own goal, he also set up a few other goals as well. He also almost had his leg taken out by Hinchelwood, who should have been sent off. But I did feel for the kid because he had to try and marshal the midfield all on his own. He was just left in no man's land most of the time. He had no help from his attackers. Forest were able to play through Brighton so easily. In the second half, Hurtsler made some big changes at half time, but it didn't matter. You know, despite the fact that he tried to deal with the midfield a bit better by putting on two midfielders, Brighton conceded 4 in the second half. You know, it was even worse. Chris Wood scored a hat-trick. Anthony Elanga got 3 assists. Them two have been utterly unreal this season. Brighton did have chances. Sells made a couple of magnificent saves. Murillo was a rock. Neco Williams was brilliant. He scored a really nice goal as well. He also did hit the post. But Forest have arguably my favourite team in the Premier League this season, man. I just love a team that don't care about possession and still win so handsomely. Like, the way they play, the tempo they play at when they have the ball is beautiful to watch. And I love you, Nuno. I'm so sorry about what I said about you at the start of the season and what I've been saying about you for years. I was completely wrong. To win 7-0 with less than 40% possession, I genuinely, a middle finger to all the woke managers out there who want a slow tempo passing around the back like Pep Guardiola. Oh, just get out of here, man. Bournemouth against Liverpool. The penalty was quite soft, but there was contact. The reason why there has been so much outrage about this is because the amount of times where a situation like this has not been given as a penalty. There needs to be consistency. It is a penalty, yes, but why are all situations that are similar to this not given as penalties? Salah's second goal was beautiful as well. He just curled it in with such precision, with such ease. It was amazing. But overall, Bournemouth were the better team. The Semenyo and Tavernier hit the post. Clive missed an open goal. Alisson had to make some really good saves. McAllister should have been sent off as well. I can't believe he was allowed to stay on the pitch. And that was at 1-0. We could have changed everything. On another day, Bournemouth could have won this 5-0. It was very similar to their home game against Chelsea early in the season where they completely dominated, but they did lose. And yeah, it's their first defeat in 12. Hopefully for them, they can bounce back because they've been brilliant this season. Everton against Leicester. What a game this was. Decore scored after 10 seconds. Like, that's mad. Beto scored 2 goals. David Moyes is either a genius or Leicester City are just really, really bad, and it could be both. Njai scored for the 3rd consecutive game. It was a comical goal though, horrible from Leicester. What are they doing? Garner as well on his return from injury, brilliant performance. But that Leicester midfield was so easy to open up, as was the defence. Like, one pass from deep and Beto was in on goal. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy. Harry Winks is meant to be someone with Premier League experience, a good midfielder. He is a good midfielder, but he just hasn't been showing it. And that is now 3 wins in a row for Everton. Back-to-back clean sheets. They're so far clear of the relegation zone now. They're not in any real danger. And for Leicester, this is a really damaging defeat against a team that was only just above them heading into the game week. But to lose like that is shameful. Ruben Nistelrooy has got a lot of questions to answer. Why he's not playing his best player for Kunda Buonanotte, I don't know. Obviously, he was not back in the transfer window, so they're probably gone now, unfortunately. But Everton, a brilliant win, taken to the Merseyside derby. I do believe they can win it. Like, it's the last one at Goodison. They're going into it in really, really good form. Their players are all playing so well. David Moyes is doing something really special, man. Hopefully it can last for that game, because I would love to see Everton win that. Ipswich against Southampton. This was so crucial for Ipswich, man, and they just bottled it. Muric, man, oh my god, he is god-awful. So bad. That Aribo shot, how do you not save that as a professional goalkeeper? I don't know. Delap did score again. Broadhead missed a good chance at 1-1. Onuachu scored his 2nd goal in 3 games. The 6'8" striker is becoming a real icon in the Premier League, I can't lie, man. I love him. I don't know why, I just do love him. Ipswich had more chances throughout the game as well, but the difference between them and Southampton is the fact that Southampton have a competent goalkeeper. And Ramsdale is very good, but Muric is not even half decent. He is atrocious. I think this result pretty much just confirms that Ipswich are going down. Sorry to say, Tracker boys, I think it's over for you. If you're not beating Southampton at home, you don't really have much hope. Newcastle against Fulham. To be fair, in the first half, Newcastle were the better team. They had a lot of chances. Tonali hit the bar from about 30 yards out on the volley as well. It would have been a clear contender for goal of the season. Like the technique, that guy is so good, man. Like, genuinely, we were robbed of seeing him for a whole year, man. Why does he have to be a gambling addict? Oh my god, he's so good though. Jacob Murphy got on the score sheet. He's been fantastic this season, but it was a game of two halves. Because in the second half, Fulham came out and they were the better side. Although at 1-1, Willock did miss a sitter, and then Isak hit the bar as well. So Newcastle really could have and maybe should have won the game. But Muniz yet again came off the bench to get a winner for Fulham. He did against Chelsea a month ago. His back-to-back home defeats for Newcastle, but Fulham's away form is actually really, really good. And as a QPR fan, that doesn't fill me with joy. Anyhow, can't lie, you did get this one wrong. Marco Silva is a fantastic manager as well. But I do genuinely believe Newcastle beat Man City in the next 3 games. Wolves against Aston Villa, West Midlands derby. I did think Aston Villa were going to finally end their run of not winning games directly after Champions League night, and I was wrong. The last time they did win after Champions League night was against Wolves early in the season. Jean-Victor Bellegarde scored a goal very early on. Really poor keeper from Martinez, but Bellegarde was brilliant throughout the game, especially in the first half. He was threading passes through really, really well. I don't know why he hasn't played more this season, to be honest with you. But at half time, it was only 1-0. Wolves should have been 4-0 up. Like, Cunha missed a sitter. Guedes missed a couple sitters. It was one of the worst first halves I've ever seen from Villa under Emery, man. Like, yes, they have a few injuries. They had to rotate their backline quite a lot. But Wolves were able to cut through like nothing, man. It was so easy for them. And the high line was a real issue. But Emery made 4 changes at half time, and they did work. Villa were robbed of an equaliser because apparently Morgan Rogers was offside in the build-up to the goal, even though he didn't interfere with it, really. Like, yes, he was kind of in the way of the defender, but he wouldn't have got there anyway, so that should have stood. Wolves should have had a penalty though, to be honest. But Cunha scored right at the end of the game, a really nice finish as well from their talisman, who has agreed a new contract. So fair play to Wolves for getting that done. Thankfully for Villa, they got through the Champions League in the top 8 spot, so they don't have another 2 Champions League games, because they would probably lose both of them. Brentford against Tottenham. I'm so gassed about this, man. Janelt scored an own goal fairly early on, give Tottenham the lead. It was beautiful, man. I was so happy. Spurs were also robbed of a clear penalty when Mikey Moore got shoved in the back. How is that not a penalty, man? But in the second half, Brentford were actually very good, I can't lie. They penned Tottenham into their own box. They created some decent chances. Visser should have scored, but they didn't really create a whole lot of chances, and Buemo was completely locked up by Jed Spence, yet another winger who has been kept in Jed's pocket, man. He is so good. Why was this guy not playing earlier in the season, man? Do you know what I mean? He's brilliant. Sarr came off the bench to score as well. A really nice assist from Heung-min Son. A good finish from Sarr as well. He was under a bit of pressure. But it was good to see Tottenham play a bit more defensive, because I've been very critical of their lack of adaptability, mainly Postecoglou's lack of adaptability. But if he does this in more games, I won't complain about him anymore. Davis and Gray in the back line were also really solid. And it was just funny seeing the Brentford fans booing Archie Gray. Like, of course he's going to reject your Brentford, man. Manchester United against Crystal Palace. Now, the only reason I didn't predict Crystal Palace to win this is because Glasner said Eze was injured and wasn't going to play. And then he came off the bench and was instrumental in the first goal. So he kind of won the game for him, I can't lie. Oh, listen, I can't defend it, man. I got it wrong. Man United did actually start the game quite well, mainly hit the post. But after the first 15 minutes, so Palace did start to settle a bit more. Early in the second half, again, Manchester United had a couple more chances. But then Jean-Philippe Mateta scored after Lacroix hit the crossbar. He scored his second of the game after Munoz squared it to him, but the pass from Sarr into Munoz was brilliant. It was also very nice to see Adam Wharton back. He is going to be brilliant at the end of this season. He is so good. And Crystal Palace are now on an 8-game unbeaten away run, so fair play to them. Another home defeat for Manchester United and Ruben Amorim though. This is really concerning because they've now lost over half their home games in the Premier League this season. Arsenal against Manchester City. What a game. Arsenal scored after 2 minutes after an awful mistake from Akanji. Then Ortega gave Kovacic a hospital pass, brilliant interception from Rice, set Havertz up with a sitter and he missed. I was thinking, oh my god, Arsenal aren't going to win this now, are they? But Rice set up both that big chance and the first goal. Raya did make a stunning save from a Gvardiol header, but for the most part the first half wasn't too entertaining, and in the second half Manchester equalised, and I was thinking, oh no, Havertz, what have you done, mate? But all it did was wake Arsenal up, and it just made them kill Man City. You know, it's like they're just playing around with them a little bit. It will let you think you've got a little bit of a chance, then bang! And that is what they did. 30 seconds after their centre, they scored again. Phil Foden, beautiful assist to Thomas Partey. We need to talk about Phil Foden, by the way, the most overrated football player in the world, arguably the most overrated football player in the history of football. The protection this guy gets from the English media is just outstanding. He did not deserve to win the Player of the Year last year. Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne were both significantly more important to Manchester City than he was. And this season, without Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City do not create any chances. Phil Foden is not a good number 10. Phil Foden is not a good football player. He's a luxury player. Yeah? He's not someone that you can rely on. He's not someone you can give any responsibility to because he does not have good footballing IQ. He does not have a creative bone in his body. He is literally a striker. And for some reason, he's been misprofiled as the English Messi. He's shit. Miles Lewis-Skelly got his first professional goal, assisted by Declan Rice. Beautiful finish on his weak foot. And the Haaland celebration. You know what? I don't know why people are getting so pissed at it, man. He's a kid who got disrespected by Haaland in the first game, you know? He was told to his face, who the f*** are you? Of course he's going to celebrate like that in front of him. Do it again, Miles, man. Fair play to you, lad. You top player. Havertz then scored a really nice goal before Ethan Nwaneri came off the bench and scored a thunderbolt. Beautiful goal. Brilliant assist from Declan Rice again. For a defensive midfielder that can't pass forward, Declan Rice didn't half have a bad game, did he? Not only did he get 2 assists, not only did he create the first goal, not only did he create a big chance, he also completely locked up both Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva. And speaking of, the Portuguese was very lucky to not be sent off because he kicked Trossard after a foul had been given. He also barged Odegaard and Nwaneri. Like, I rate Bernardo Silva as a footballer, but he is starting to come across as a really unlikable person. Especially doing it to a kid, man. Like, come on, have a bit of class. Arsenal were tactically spot on. Mikel Arteta, fantastic performance from him and the Arsenal team. Manchester City fell into all their traps. You know, the press was sublime from Arsenal. They defended very well. And Manchester City's high line, once again, really punished. And I'm going to make another video about the media outrage on Arsenal because it's just so uncalled for. Chelsea, West Ham, London derby, Potter returning to the bridge. You know what, I wasn't too far off, I'll be real. By the way, he missed the first real chance. He then set up Fernandes with a really good chance that he completely scuffed. He set up Sancho with a fairly good chance, and again, he should have done better. Levi Colwill, he is so overrated, man. Since Fofana's been injured, Colwill has been shocking. This guy is so overrated, and if he was not English, mate, oh god. He cannot stand pressure at all. He's weak. He gets beaten by any physical contact. He's on the floor. Like, good pressure from Kudus, horrible mistake from Colwill, brilliant finish from Bowen. It was so nice to see him back, man. He is such a good player. One of the most underrated players in the Premier League. Areola made an insane save from a Palmer free kick as well. Bowen then moved like Messi, man. He was on the floor. He had about 4 players around him. He kept the ball from all of them. Unfortunately, West Ham couldn't score, and Chelsea went up the other end and scored. Although there should have been a foul for that first goal because Bowen was clearly impeded by Colwill. Somehow the referee didn't give it. VAR was never going to overturn it because it was too far back. But really, that shouldn't have been allowed. And then their second goal, that won the game, really lucky, you know. Wan-Bissaka did have a fairly good game, but he was very unlucky the way it deflected off him. Areola, again, had a good game, but didn't do anything about that. Fair play to Cole Palmer for making things happen. He hasn't been doing that enough in recent games. But he was much better in this one. But that's what I thought of the game week. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon for another video.